I'm sure that you are absolutely shocked. Look what I'm doing. But this is how I do my process. I just cut pieces and then I stitch it together. Yeah, some of them are going that way, some of them are going... This is part of my chaos. This is how I like making things. As you can see, the fabric is absolutely gorgeous. It's cotton. It doesn't have any labels, but I can guarantee you it is cotton. It makes it such a nice big bag for the summer. Absolutely love the pattern that somebody made. Let's start again. I didn't know what I wanted to make with some men's shirts. So I just unpicked everything and I started doing some patchwork. I'm going to show you quite a few clips of me going through my stash and trying to figure out what I wanted to make today. And I wasn't very successful. So I decided to cut off and get started again. You know, I get lots of comments saying, oh, you're so creative, you're so creative. That might be true, but this video, I'm gonna show you that I had no idea what I wanted to sew. I just knew I wanted to sew. So I have spent quite a few hours going through my stash, going through my men's shirts because I really wanted to make an upcycling with men's shirts. But I didn't want to remake what I've already done. I wanted to do something different. And I didn't get anywhere with anything. So what did I do? I simply split all the men's shirts open. And then I thought, well, now I have lots of fabric. What shall I do with the fabric? I got started and making some patchwork panels. So in this video, it's a bit of an emotional roller coaster for me. So now we're gonna be ironing some of the pieces of the shirts and some other little bits of scraps, and we're gonna do some of the patchwork. What am I gonna do with the patchwork at the end? I guess you'll find out at the end of this video. Most likely, so would I. I have no clue. At the moment, I just wanna sew, I wanna create, and I'm actually really liking this. So I think we're gonna make a few more pieces. So I'm finding it very frustrating today. I have a whole bunch of clothes here that I want to upcycle, and I don't have a plan that I'm happy with. So I've been working, trying the things on and thinking what I want to do. I have these two shirts and I have this pink dress that I thrifted this a couple of years ago. Look at how big this is. Hold on. I know it's a H&M. It's 100% cotton. I know it's plus size, but it is absolutely humongous. The sleeve on its own is the best part of a meter. There's so much fabric here. This is why I got it, of course. For me, it's way too wide and way too short. There's nothing about it I like. I just purely bought it purely for the fabric. Now, I consider this fabric goes beautifully with this fabric, more or less. This is a men's shirt and this is kind of the dress. I think that both is not quite the same pink, but I think they go beautifully with it. And I was thinking, I really wanted to make like a tier dress. I would like to make like a baby doll kind of bodice and then the tier dress with these two fabrics. I don't know if this will be enough. I do have quite a bit here, but I don't know. I mean, this is quite a big one. It's a XXXL, so it's supposed to be quite big. I think I showed you in one of my previous videos. It has these super cool small pieces of butterfly fabric. It's a bit faded away. Anyway, I was thinking maybe I could do like the bodice and maybe like a cap sleeve with this one and then mix up this kind of fabric for the skirt and make a really nice dress. Then I have this other men's shirt. This one is a short sleeve, but the cotton is much thicker. The floor is quite moving in there. So anyway, I have this one, which is much thicker. I love the print, and I think it will also go very well with this. The problem, of course, being that there's a lot less fabric on this one. And I don't think I want to mix up all them three, although they might actually, looking at them in the camera, they don't look bad, the three of them together. Where's the pink? They don't look bad, do they? No, they don't look bad, the three of them together. Maybe I could mix and match and do some patchwork with them. I also thrifted. I'm so frustrated because I've been taking things out of the cupboards to see what I have, to see what I wanted to sew. Today, I really wanted to sew, and I spent so much time just going through cupboards, figuring out what I want, and nothing has sparked the joy that I normally get from picking something and I thought, oh, I want to do something. Today is not the day for that. Anyway, I thrifted this lovely cotton, 100% cotton dress in I.J. Hallen. My daughter always tells me I'm saying it wrong. I probably am. It's quite small, doesn't even close on the bodies. And this form, I think, is size 38, I think, and it doesn't even close on it. So it's quite a small, petite size. But the fabric itself, I got it because of the fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. I bring it forward. As you can see, the fabric is absolutely gorgeous. It's cotton. It doesn't have any labels, but I can guarantee you it is cotton. There's no labels on it, and the bottom is all being hand stitched. It's kind of cute. I love the print. I think the print is absolutely gorgeous. So I was thinking, because it's quite a long skirt, quite a long dress, I was thinking that maybe I could cut it to the point where it will fit me around my waist and making a skirt out of it. But to be 100% honest, I don't think I will wear it because I don't tend to wear skirts as much. I do wear dresses. It's my favorite thing to wear, especially in the summer. But I don't really wear skirts that much. I like the one piece. I don't know. It's just my preference. I generally think it would be a kind of a waste of fabric because I will make a nice video and I'll be happy. You probably enjoy it because it's sewing and it's fun. But would I wear it? I mean, the whole point is that I'm making things to wear. You know, I don't like to make things for the sake of the video and then I'm not wearing those pieces. I love to wear things. I made this, I wear it. I wear so many things. So a while back, I have these 4 placemats, quilted placemats, that it looks like somebody did by hand. I actually think some of the stitching is done by hand. The quilting is done by hand. And I have these 4 placemats, and all I did was stitch them together 2 and 2, and then make a bottom to make a bag. I record all of that, and I can't find the footage because it's a while back. I might have deleted the raw footage from it. Basically, what I've done is just, as you can see, I'll turn around, you can see better. There were 4 placemats. So all I did was stitch it, I stitched it and then I serged it, so both things. So I stitched 2 of them here and 2 of them here, and then I just literally made the bottom. That's all I did. I love the fabric so much, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna finish this bag. I'm gonna put, I don't like a little clipping here. I'm gonna finish this bag. I'm gonna try to make maybe some brown leather handles and put it like a little handles and make it like a tote, because that will be absolutely awesome for the summer. So after I was looking at everything, I found this project that is halfway through, and I thought, oh look, I done this cute little detail because it was quite wide in the opening. All I've done is I did a pleat in here. I'm showing you like this because I can't show you the footage that I did do when I was sewing it. Basically, I just done like a box pleat. The sizes go into the middle, and just to reduce the size of the opening. And the funniest thing is when you put it down, it just makes like a really nice shape for the bag because it kind of brings the corners in, and I think It makes it such a nice big bag for the summer. Absolutely love the pattern that somebody made. It's not my type of colors, but it really, these browns and rusty reds and everything, I think they're just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm 100% sure that some of these fabrics are actually vintage fabrics. They are super nice. I wouldn't be surprised if they're made out of men's shirts, to be honest, because everything is like a plaid. It's like a men's plaid. I don't know. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I love the way, the shape that this bag has, and the size of the bag. I think is really, really nice. So I just spent half an hour oiling my machine because it started making a funny noise and there was some thread hung out. I was panicking. I thought of filming it and then I thought, no, I'm panicking. So my machine is back to sew. Everything is fine. But oh my God. Do any of you feel the same way about your machines? My machines are my thing. I feel so bad if anything happens to them. No, they're working now. I just ironed the pieces of the two shirts, and I'm going to be starting with a placket with the buttons for my next piece of patchwork. So I have this pink one from the dress, the stripy pink from the shirt, and this Hawaiian shirt. And I also have some scraps. So I have these scraps for when I made some tops, I think. I sewed together. I think I did it on the video. So I just have like glitter scraps. You can see there's still things attached to it. So I'm gonna iron them. I'm gonna use them because what I like to use is, so since the Hawaiian shirt has dark blue, I thought a little bit of blue will be a good color to combine, but I like to put just the tiniest bit, not a lot. So I'm just gonna iron this and show you how I make the patchwork. I don't know if it was the stress of the machine or the ponytail. I'm having a headache now. I think it was the tension of hearing the machine making a weird noise. It's gone now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from a small piece in the middle of a patchwork and then I grow it. It's not really like a log cabin because I don't go around the same way. My process is a little bit chaotic. Right, so I want to use some of these buttons just to show it is a shirt. So I'm gonna cut across here. Let me show you. Okay, so I'm gonna cut across here some fabric. I mean, I do have a ruler not far away from me, but I don't do rulers. I don't really care much for that. So now I need a little bit of this fabric and I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna cut a little bit more because I want to, because it's directional, because this fabric is directional, I'm gonna cut a little bit more so I can use it both ways. I can use it vertically or horizontally, and that will make a far more interesting patchwork. Let's go here. Also, I'm going to be using the buttons. I actually think these scissors need sharpening. Everything in my studio today. Okay, so I like these two buttons at the end. Don't like the curve so much, but I like the two buttons. So I'm going to get this across for a bit. Yeah, I'm going to get all of this across. And then I'm going to make a few pieces vertically. So I'm just going to follow this pink stripe, more or less. And maybe one a little bit narrower. Right, for now, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna get a few pieces. If you're a quilter and you see me what I'm making now, I'm sure that you are absolutely shocked. Look what I'm doing. But this is how I do my process. I just cut pieces and then I stitch it together. So let's cut a few pieces of pink now. I'm gonna go across here. No other reason that I need some pieces. So I might different widths. And maybe a little bit narrower. And for now, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so let's start maybe from this piece, because I quite like it. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece like that. As I said, I don't like this thing because it's kind of curved, so I'm just going to chop it off. Right, so this is going to be my first piece now. Now, of them, I do have some leftovers from the piece that I already made. So as you can see, it's already being stitched in pink. This is a leftover. So I have some kind of the tiniest little bit left, and I'll show you why that happens. Okay, so I'm just gonna start building like a block. I'm just gonna start creating a little bit of fabric. So this one has some seam here that I don't mind so much. I might just stitch it like that, yeah. So I'm just gonna start stitching these two together. So every time I stitch anything, I like to iron it. Not particularly opened. I mean, the correct thing will be to open it like this and iron it, but it will be going to different directions. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. I mean, you could obviously do it absolutely perfect like that, or just iron it one side or the other. Let me cut this excess. So I just cut the excess. And I'm also gonna chop off this seam here. Sometimes I do leave it. Today I don't fancy. Right. So now I have my two little pieces. So what I like to build from here is maybe I could start using, because I have 4 colors, so I could just start putting a strap of pink in here, or even the sliver of blue. I like to do this with the blue. So that's the piece we just finished. And this is one little scrap of blue. I like to put just a tiny little bit of blue. So I'm gonna stitch it here and then stitch something else on this angle because I think it gives it a nice dynamic. So let me just do that. Okay, just stitch it, and I'm just gonna iron it towards away from the center. So to this point so far, I guess it is a log cabin. That's how I mostly get to do my stuff. Right, so now I cut here. Yeah, so from this point so far, it is the log cabin thing. I might go around here and put a piece here. Or I might just stitch it here. Let me see what else I have. I have these smaller pieces from the patchwork that I already done, so I'm gonna put them here to help me with. I think I could stitch the pink here, or I can stitch it here, or I could, yeah, let me stitch it here. See, this is why I don't think it is a log cabin, because I do whatever I fancy. And also I like to just clip to that corner, so it makes it, so I'm gonna stitch it like that. So actually the blue wedge goes from fairly deep to a point here, almost disappearing into the block. Let me stitch and iron it and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so now it's stitched. There's a little bit left in there, I don't mind so much. Can you see what I've done here? I've gone all the way to the edge because I wanted to have the blue disappearing. So again, I'm gonna just iron it towards the pink. And then here, because this pink is a little lighter, you can see the blue at the back. I'm gonna cut it. I not always cut it. If I don't see it, and it depends what the patchwork is for, I might just leave it. Okay, so now we have this piece. So what I do now, what I fancy doing now, is just correct this size here and just more or less make like a straight line here. Right. What do we like here now? So we're here now. What I like now, I could, because I have this in vertical, I could put a big piece perpendicular here, or here, or I could put another vertical here, or a perpendicular here, maybe here like that, with a pink one like this. I'm sure that if you have like a pattern, you will make it a lot nicer and easier, but this is how I like to make my patchwork. Okay, so I could do that, or I could put this guy here, then this guy here, and then because I have this piece here. So I'm gonna stitch these three together and then place them on this order and attach it here. So these two and these two. Okay, so they're all stitched. Let's give it a good ironing. I might iron them all one direction over there. Okay, now I have this piece that I wanted to stitch here. So I'm just, nothing is straight as you can see. So I might just do that, and however I can stitch it across. Maybe I can, yeah, I can do that. Maybe I can put it more or less straight to this line here and stitch it here. Okay, so that's a stitch now. You can see there's a little bit more of a bigger, let's cut because it's quite a bit bulky. Not a lot, but a little bit. I guess by doing this kind of patchwork, I kind of take off a little bit more of the fabric that if I was to, you know, have a plan, like a proper pattern and following the pattern. But the truth is, that's not how I like making things. And it is not a lot that I'm wasting. I just go around with what I've got. Right, I quite like this piece, but I don't like all of this in the same. So I'm gonna go and chop this bit here, and of course using it elsewhere. So now I'm here. I like to put a little bit more of blue, maybe here, like a little strap of blue, just the tiniest bit. I'll show you how I do that. I stitch this one first. Okay, I stitched them, and I'm gonna iron it, I think this way. Run out of water. I need to put some more water in my iron. Okay, so now I have this piece, but I only want the tiniest little bit here. So what I might do is stitch another fabric, maybe going like that, just in here. So I actually have the tiniest little bit of blue, and then use the other blue for something else. So I have to stitch it twice because I actually stitch it really, really close to the edge. So I stitch it again, and now I only have that little bit of blue. So what I'm gonna do is iron it towards that way. And then I'm just gonna cut the excess of blue and using this one elsewhere. That's how I build my crazy blocks. Crazy crochet. Yeah, no. My crazy quilt block. Okay, I cut that because I just fancy doing it. So now I have in here all of the colors. I have the pink, I have this, and I have this blue, and the. What it will be nice is to actually put, oh, I have this piece here. Okay, there you go. I can put it here, I can put it there. This pink and this pink here, I don't actually mind. I can obviously do it like that as well. But since it's here, I'm gonna use it. The only thing is, obviously, I wanna have another piece here, maybe pink, to be able to use all of this. Yeah, I'm gonna stitch this one here. Or shall I put more of this one? More of, oh, let me put the buttons, hold on. Yeah, I have this button, remember? We cut it. So I might just stitch it here. Yes, I'm gonna stitch it here, and then I'm gonna stitch this piece to this piece. Let's do that. So now I have a much bigger piece that I can attach there. So let's just iron it. We're gonna iron this way because this fabric is thicker, and this one this way. Okay, so, right. So now what I would like to do is attach this one here. And yeah, I don't mind that this one meets with this and this one meets with this. Obviously, if I have to attach it like that, I need to be careful with the button because I know the button is there. I'm gonna have to pin this one. So I make sure, yeah, let me concentrate on this one. I'm gonna pin it so I know the button is there. So when I turn around, the button will still be there and I'm not taking it with the machine. Okay, done. So now you can see I have to, this time around I really did pin it because I was worried that I would pick the button. So let's iron this. Let's iron it this way. There we go. Yeah, some of them are going that way, some of them are going... This is part of my chaos. This is how I like making things. Yeah, I'm trying to stitch as straight lines as I can, but I'm gonna quilt it, so if it is a little bit, you know, bulky, I don't mind so much. Now, because this piece is a little bit shorter, I don't know if you can see it, on this piece is the shortest. So I'm following more or less that line. I'm gonna cut this line straight. So let's do that. Okay. So now we have this piece, and for the sake of making things easier, let's follow this white line and cut this piece. Okay, so now we could carry on building it here, maybe a little bit more, or we can here. So we have this piece. The blue is here. I don't think I need blue as soon as yet, but maybe I could add this bit here. So I could stitch this bigger piece to this. Yeah, not like, oh, okay. So this one goes this way and this one. I take this as two type of fabric because obviously the direction is opposite. So I could stitch this one to this and then, yeah, and then stitch it like this, look. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stitch this together and then stitch it here. So let me just cut this off. And then all I need to do is stitch this together with this one. Okay, now I have a bigger piece. But what I'm gonna do, because I wanna stitch this piece here, this way, I'm gonna cut this size down. So I'm just kind of gonna follow the line. Right. And then I'm gonna stitch this one here. See? I quite like that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna stitch this one to this one. Okay, so this is done. I don't think I stitch it perfectly straight. Let's see. Let me just put some water. This is my system to put water on my machine. I put some water into this, only because there is a little bit of a tip here. And then, it's all very scientific. Then I stitch it there. Okay, so now it's better with a little bit of steam. Okay, so now this piece is stitched here. I might just cut that little bit off. And I'm gonna chop this bit off too. Okay, so now I have this piece, and that's how I like building things. Now, question. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with these pieces. I could carry on because I still have quite a few pieces of fabric. But basically, I'm not gonna show you the whole process, but that's how I go. At some point soon, I'm gonna put a little bit more of blue again. But I like to do like these tiny little slivers, sometimes like triangles, sometimes like little lines. I think it kind of makes it interesting because there is not the same as, I don't put as the same amount of fabric as the other three. The other three kind of, and as I said, to me, I call these two different ones because one goes vertical and the other one goes horizontal. So it kind of make it look like another piece of fabric. I really, really enjoy making this crazy patchwork. I'm sure that if you're a quilter, you are like horrified with what I do, but this is how I like to do things. I'm going to carry on for a little bit and using up some of my scraps and make a larger piece of fabric. I might even put some longer one singular color and then carry on building up with different colors. It really is what I fancy doing at the moment. As much as I have written and sold patterns in the past, especially crochet patterns, I am not very good at following in a pattern. I'm much better just doing my own thing. I need to show you what else I've been working on. Today has been quite productive. So I've done quite a few of these cute little patches that are made out of all the fabric scraps, the upholstery fabric scrap. This one was a big long white one, so it ended up being both sides the same. So I have 5 here that I've done today, but I went through my stash and I found some fabric that I totally forgot. Hold on. I totally forgot I had these fabrics, and look at how beautiful they are. They are absolutely gorgeous. I think they are cut to make some kind of cushions. These two are the same style. Yes, these two are the same. But I do have some beautiful kind of a tapestry pieces. They were very funky smelling, so I overlocked them when I bought them and I washed them. So now they're nice and clean and smells nice. So I'm thinking I might trying to see if I can make one of those ruffled round bags that I did a few videos back. I did a cute little patchwork in denim and in quilted cottons. And I think this type of fabric with a cute little ruffle made out of maybe something a little lighter. I need to go through my stash and see what I like with it. Maybe even a little bit of lace. That would be nice, actually. I realize I have quite a wealth of materials in here. This is the not so neat side of the studio. And I have a Sleeping Beauty down there today. So yeah, this is the not so neat side of the studio. And I have so much fabric in here, so much denim, and I have some hoodies I want to upcycle. There's quite a lot in here that I want to do. I've got some really thick wools that I don't think it will look nice on a jacket. I don't know what the original intention of some of these fabrics is for, but like for instance, this one is very, very thick. And I don't know if it is for a jacket, but I don't have a lot. I only have a little bit. So of these ones, I like to make maybe some bags as well, because I have applied for a cool market in Amsterdam. I haven't heard from them yet, so I might need to contact them again. And I'm thinking, I have so many materials, and apart from putting them online, which I'm not very good at, I do make the stuff, I take the pictures, and sometimes I don't put it online. It's terrible. But I think I like to maybe, I visit some of these markets. I won't say which one it is yet. And I really like the vibe. And I was thinking I might actually sew some stuff and see if I can be part of the market. Anyway, yeah, I think now I've shown you how ugly this side looks like. I really need to crack on and make something with it. My point is I want to use the fabrics and all these notions that I have and make some product and get it out on the world for 2 reasons. To put it in circulation to be used by people and not just a stash in here, but also to bring some money back from all the monies that I've been spending on this. Not as much as you would have thought, because it's all pretty much 95% of all of this stuff is thrifted. But still, the whole point is that I bought it to use it. So I'm trying to make some bags. Anyway, I'll let you be because I'm chatting. It sounds like my computer. Oh, stopped. It sounded like it wanted to take off. Let me show you what I've done. So I think this is the piece I showed you before I started doing the crochet. I think it's that one, yeah? I don't know which one. Anyway, I have 3 big pieces now. I have this one. This is the one I was showing you how to do. I just finished a little bit longer. But I was just about to put the pieces together. Sorry, the table is full of scraps. So I was just about to put these pieces together. Look, see, I have 3 pieces. I think maybe this one can go there or can go there. The thing is though, I really like the combination of the colors. In here you can see I have a little bit of a sleeve placket, and I have some buttons, and I have more button pieces in here. I think it is really nice. I really like the pieces. I mean, I could attach it here, or maybe like this. I could attach this one here like that, and I could attach this one here and maybe make another 4th piece here. As you can see, I still have quite a lot of pieces, and I never used this blue one. That I did open it, but I never used it. I didn't think it looked the best. I think the dark scraps look much better on it. And I never used the butterflies for this one either, but that doesn't mean that I won't use it on something else. My point is, I really enjoy making this patchwork, but what shall I do? Because I have quite a bit of these repair kits from DMC, cotton. I think it's 100% cotton. No, it's polyamide. Oh, it's polyamide. I thought it was cotton. So I have quite a few of them in different colors. I also have perle cotton. So I was wondering, I could maybe quilt it by hand and do some really cool pieces, textile pieces. The point I'm trying to figure out is that I don't know what I want to make with them. I still have the same problem. I don't know what to do with it. I am very happy I did this patchwork exercise. I genuinely enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. I could finish this edge here and have one big piece of fabric. I could finish the bigger piece of fabric, or I could make one of these bags that I've made in the past, but quilted. I could actually get some of my backing, quilt it with this thread, or they kind of look nice, this thread, doesn't it? Yeah, I thought it was cotton. I generally thought it was. It's polyamide, made in France, from the DMC Repairer. I think it's repairing holes and things like that. I could do that, and then maybe use these pieces of fabric as pieces of, this one needs to be a little bit bigger, I think. I could just add a few more pieces. Like a little clutch bag, or like a little pouch. I mean, that would look really, really cute, wouldn't it? It's kind of very cute. Yeah, what do you think? So it's a little while later, and this is what I'm up to. I did do quite a bit of a big piece. I just carry on expanding the one that we made together, and then just stitch things together. I really like it. I think it's a beautiful composition. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. So I still would like to quilt it with that thread and do something nice with it. But at the moment, this is where I'm at. I mean, I still have quite a lot of fabric left, because even though I cut little bits and pieces, I kind of use most of it. There's not much that I cut off. So I do have quite a few bigger pieces that I could carry on building another block and attach it somehow on the side somewhere. This is a much bigger blue that I would have liked, but I actually think it looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Anyway, it's kind of getting on now. It's very late in the day. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I think I'm gonna put some of the pouches online and then make some more and some little bags for the market. Hopefully I'll get a place soon. Absolutely love the patchwork though. It was a great exercise of having fun. The day that my creativity was going down, decided to push it back up. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.